Here I have two questions. What is the probability that a randomly selected student has TikTok given that they have Twitter? So there's a couple important things here. They have TikTok given they have Twitter. And my next question says, you know that a randomly selected student has Twitter. What is the probability they also have TikTok? So if I know they have Twitter, what is the probability they also have TikTok? These two questions are actually asking the same thing. They're written differently. This one has TikTok first and then Twitter last. This one has Twitter first and TikTok last. But actually, they are the exact same question. This is something that's known as conditional probability. And conditional means like it's based on something else happening. And so here in this question, it's asking that what is the probability someone has TikTok given, so like based on the fact that you know they have Twitter. And this word given is such a big clue. Conditional probability, you'll usually see it with the word given. Anytime I see that word given, I know that this is a conditional probability question. The same thing here. So I know that they have Twitter. So that's my given. That is what the problem gives me as the total or as the sample here. What is the probability they also have TikTok? So if I know they have Twitter, how many has TikTok? Same thing here. If I know they have Twitter, how many have TikTok? Same exact questions. So let's look at this. I know that the basic formula for probability is the probability of my event equals like the yes events or the how many you have over your total. It's like have over total. And usually my total is here. Right, I have 8, 3 is 11. There are 4 yeses, 7 nos, and that equals 11. These are my totals. And usually, in a basic probability, I'm looking here. But conditional probability changes the total. It changes the group that you are looking at or the sample that you are looking at. So instead of looking at everyone, I'm going to look at a small group. I'm going to look at the people who have Twitter because it says given they have Twitter. Or I know someone has Twitter. So now I'm only going to look at the numbers that represent people who have Twitter. The people who do not, no, I did that backwards. Who have Twitter here. Even as a teacher, and still make mistakes reading two-way tables, so it's okay. So I know they have Twitter. These are yeses. So I really don't want to know anything about these people because they do not have Twitter. They are not part of my group. Okay. Now that I know they have a Twitter, what is the probability they also have TikTok? So what is the probability of yes, TikTok? So looking here, TikTok, yes, 3. The way I can write this is the probability of TikTok given Twitter. And you might see this as P of TikTok with this vertical line here, Twitter. This vertical line means given. And so I'm looking for how many people have TikTok and Twitter out of how many people who have Twitter. So how many people have TikTok and Twitter? 3. And how many people have Twitter in general? 4. So same way that I just found it using my highlighting here, I can find it using the probability statement. So let's do another one. And I will erase this. What is the probability of having no Twitter given you have TikTok? So I know that I am going to look for, I know that I am going to look for who has a TikTok. So when I highlight this, I'm going to look at yes, TikTok. And I'm going to say, from here, who has Twitter? Or no Twitter, actually. And that's 5. So the probability of no Twitter, given you have a TikTok. This means no Twitter and a TikTok, and this is just TikTok. So there are 8 students in total who have TikTok. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 5 of them have no Twitter. So my probability here is 5/8.